you were on a plane and the back door opened and you fell out, do you think you'd be able to grab on to some boxes and then dodge a car before you fell safely onto another box with a lady and then you hit the ocean and then you don't have sex?
Well, spoiler alert. Gosh. Uncharted is a 2022 American action adventure film directed by the incredible Ruben Fleischer from a screenplay by Rafe Lee Judkins, Art McCum, and Matt Holloway. My God, we're going to hear those names a lot in the future, aren't we, Brad? Just the talent seeping out of their very pickers or something. I don't know. This film was
Meteoric
based
rise.
on a video game also named Uncharted. And my God, aren't they having luck with these video game movies? Like everyone just hits pay dirt, don't they? They're all just miraculous
Since
creations.
since the very first one that was ever made, the now ah, just
It's never
classic
been a bad
film
one.
Super Mario Brothers, number one, first video game movie ever made. Tell me something bad
Oh,
about that film.
gosh. Was that Robert De Niro in that? Oh,
No, it wasn't De Niro. It was
wasn't he the villain?
no,
Wasn't that
no, no, Dennis
Bullwinkle?
Hopper. Dennis Hopper, wasn't it? Yeah.
I don't. I
Was it?
just the quality of it. The Doom. Remember the Rock and the Doom? How good that was. Like
Doom.
not
Yeah.
just a faithful recreation of the game, but just a stunning cinematic masterpiece
Yeah. Just
in
I
its
mean,
own right. Really,
Schindler's List, Shawshank Redemption, Jaws, forget about it.
fuck
Forget
off,
about Doom. Yeah.
dog shit.
Any day. Uh
Tomb Raider with the
oh,
wonderful, the glamorous, the beautiful Angelina Jolie, a stunning performance.
that's right. A stunning
Really,
pair of
just
performances.
an enthralling screenplay, stunning uh, cast of supporting actors, everything perfect.
Mm.
No wonder these
No,
things have just taken over cinema. No wonder,
that's
no
it.
wonder. They just hit it on the head every time.
And it's because they have these games as the basis to just pull perfect lines for the script out of. It's all there. So when the actors need
Amazing
to prepare for
games.
the part, they just play the games and they're there.
They're not going to do a cheap cash in, are they? I mean, they
Not
respect the
never.
franchise and,
Mm-mm.
and and they really just deliver the goods every time. And the people we go to them because they're just that good, bro. They're just that good. They're just that
Yeah.
good.
They're just that good. And
Honestly,
Sony knew that they couldn't let this Uncharted series
no.
that they had the rights to, get away from them. So they had to. Yeah, I
It
mean, it
was,
was an easy
oh,
task to pull together the script and the key uh, creative minds to create what is this
it's
masterpiece.
masterpiece. There's no other word for it. I mean, they must have had every A-list actor queuing up to try and get a role in this for the performances. The characters are so well written, like so well
Mm,
written.
mm. Uh,
A breathtaking
Dan,
screenplay on every level.
Dan,
Oh,
Dan.
yes.
I think
Mm.
our listeners can only bear so much sarcasm. This was a piece of shit.
It stars Beta Male and Markov giving up completely Wahlberg and a bunch of other fucks. Who gives a shit?
Who are
What a bunch of
dialing it
cunts.
in.
What a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking cunts in this film. God.
Stole 2 hours of our lives that we're never getting back.
Oh, God.
We
I
could have
just
been,
felt dumber and dumber as I watched it. My brain cells were just jumping out of my ears.
yeah, yeah. We could have been dumpster diving for 2 hours instead of watching this film, and it
Would you
would have been
believe
more
this film
entertaining.
was stuck in production hell for like fucking over 10 years?
Oh, was it?
Would you
Oh
believe
man,
it's
look at
been
what they
rewritten
got.
a million times?
Mm, mm, yeah,
Originally, it was Mark Wahlberg was cast to play the main character, Nathan Drake, and it was
yeah,
going to be
makes
directed
sense.
by David O. Russell, who's The Fighter, all those
Oh,
films.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Some, minimal hits.
Robert De Niro was going to play Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci were going to be in it,
Oh, yeah.
and ten
Okay.
years later, we get this fucking dog. Good
Well, we
lord.
got one of the actors, but he's definitely he's just dialing it in while eating cardboard, I suppose. Uh, well, let's start with
Eating shit for
the
2
first
hours
big
and collecting
problem.
checks. Mm.
Hey, somebody's got to do it. The first big problem for me with this film was the lead actor. Now, Tom Holland, good on you, buddy. You're doing all right for a young man. Spider Man, you're perfect. All right, you're great as Spider Man, but he's just brought that same character because he's just Tom Holland in every movie that he's in. He's just brought that to this one, and he's got no leading action film charisma. Star charisma. He's not an Arnie. He's not a Stallone.
He's a
He's.
supporting comic relief actor.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Throw in some quips, Tom. Give us a
I've
quip.
I've never played Uncharted, but I've seen bits of it, and like the Nathan Drake character seems like an Indiana Jones rough and tumble
Oh,
type
sure.
kind of a
Yeah,
dude.
like a
And
40-something
Tom
year old,
Holland
right?
is a awkward dorky kid. I
You
mean,
know who?
yeah, he's a extremely good looking, fairly buff, wiry little fella but
Oh,
he's
yeah.
beta male shit.
No,
And
yeah, no presence. No stage presence. Wasn't Nathan Fillion? That guy from Firefly, wasn't he sort of,
he
people thought he
campaigned
would have been good? Yeah.
he campaigned very hard. He looks like the character.
Looks like him.
He'd have the personality. I think it seemed a little based on him in real life. Maybe it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think he's too old and fat now. Let's face it.
Yeah. You know what? They could have cast, as per the previous episode, Brian Adams. He might have been a good grizzled, aged, um, Uncharted character.
Chris Pratt would
Oh,
have
yeah.
been,
Maybe.
but Len, he probably looked at the script and said, "Fuck this! I'll do
Yeah, fuck
Jurassic
that.
Park Dominion." Like, God, I'm not going to lower myself to this level.
Well, and how did that pan out? Jesus
Not very
Christ.
well. It was a terrible
No.
fucking film. God.
Hey, give me a. Yeah.
Oh,
It's tough. It's a tough old business, this Hollywood stuff. Everybody's so judgy. I mean, I've never made a film, and these guys have made one and put it out there, and we watched it, and, you know, there were boobs
yeah.
in it.
We didn't
So
pay for it, obviously.
that is true. So, uh,
Glad we didn't. God.
glad we didn't.
Yeah.
But hey, it's given us
Mm.
something to bag out for 30 minutes. Right? So
God, are
there's
we
some
going to
value in it.
stretch this shit out for 30 minutes?
Well, they stretched that shit out for 2 hours.
Oh, God, they did, didn't they? I have to say, once
They
my
did.
brain got numb, the third act, once we started, like, we gave up on the film and we just started talking. And then it
Oh,
got
yeah.
more enjoyable because we watched this one together.
We
It
did.
was more enjoyable when we were just running it down, going, "What the fuck are they doing now? That doesn't make any sense." God, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! It got better when, yeah.
Yeah. Some films are best shared.
This
This one's
this is the
best.
kind of film opening scene. You've 30 seconds in. You know this is a turd.
Mm.
Did you get that feeling?
Yeah. Well, no, I wanted to give it a chance. Sometimes films that look, it had the production value, let's give it that. And I kind of like the actors do all right in other things, and the idea of an Indiana Jones style adventure, you know, Indy's one of that's on my Mount Rushmore of films, right? Characters, Indiana
Hmm.
Jones, he's up there. Uh, so I gave this a chance. I thought maybe it'd be, a rollicking adventure, but it just never got there. It lacked everything that it needed to be a rip roaring Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones style film. You know, it,
And you like
everything
that
just
Code Red thing with Ryan Reynolds and
did. I
Dwayne
don't remember
Johnson
what
as
my opinion on that was. I think that was very similar to this, and that once you switch your brain off, it's okay. And I think with that one, I switched it off earlier because Gal Gadot, I can just look at that. And it's okay. And The Rock, his charisma goes a long way. I can watch that guy in most things.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, believable action star. Whereas Tom Holland, just like someone just smacked that nerd in the face.
Yeah,
That'd be the
that's
end of
it.
it.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. He looked like he'd stub his toe and fall over and cry for his mum. Uh,
Yeah. Mark
yeah. Give
Wahlberg
me
would have been more believable in the opening
sure,
role and more
absolutely.
probably
But
age appropriate.
we did chat about this while we were watching it. We figured this is like almost a prequel, right? And he's young and just getting into the whole thing. But it
Mm.
felt like a young man out of his depth. And they needed someone with more gravitas. Gravitas, is that the right word? In the
Less
role
of a dork.
to make it work. Yeah, less of a dork, more of a man's man. We're allowed to have those still. Fuck
No, we're
you.
not. How old is Tom Holland?
You know, sometimes you just need a man to come along and say, fuck all this PC bullshit and you get a job done.
He's
You know?
26 and he looks 11.
He does look 11, 12 at
Yeah,
best. It could have been like, and sections of this film did feel reminiscent of the Goonies. You know, when they brought in the pirate ship at the end and stuff. But
the
fuck me, there
complaint.
were just so many plot holes. We sat there laughing at the absurdity of it all. I'm driving my motorboat to the secret hidden entrance that nobody's ever found to these two pirate ships. And then he just like leaves his boat outside for everybody else to find and just dives under the water and he's in there. And then, oh my God, look at that. It's open up the top to the sky. How did nobody ever
Yeah.
think to look in there? Fucking stupid piece of shit.
The villains were sent in the wrong direction with no map, and when they turned around, they instantly got to the secret location that's
Yeah.
completely exposed.
No. Or didn't
And
they
it would have
see him
been
like
raining
drive
on
past in
those
the boat?
boats.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just god awful, you
And for the
know?
billions of dollars, there was fuck all treasure in there, to be honest. Like, there
It
wasn't
really
much.
was. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And then spoiler alert, nobody gets the treasure except for a few bits that Tom Holland again ripping off the Goonies put in his pocket.
Well, it was God. There were so many scenes where, like, when they were trying to find the underground thing, I was like, X marks the spot, referencing Indiana Jones, and then it sort of,
Uh-huh.
then they find the underground tunnel, and they go down. Yeah, it was so many scenes from other films, just a little bit different and
Yeah. And done slightly worse. Yeah. I mean,
derivative.
give us there's a lot of puzzles in the games, you know, like just fucking take it verbatim and redo it in the film. You don't have to reinvent the fucking wheel. Just people like the Uncharted games,
Yeah,
translated the best part of the storyline into a film. It's not that fucking
yeah.
hard.
Did you play the Uncharted games?
I, after all this, no, I have not.
Yeah,
I
neither.
in researching this, I watched a couple of like playthroughs that people do on YouTube, and it looked like the you and I have both played the modern Tomb Raider games.
I like
It
them. I
felt
love them.
yeah, I'm enjoying them too. I'm still part way through the second one.
I've
Still enjoying
played
it.
just about the whole series. I think there's one I've missed.
Hmm.
Um, I really enjoy
Is
the
this
Tomb Raiders. Disappointed by the Angelina Jolie remake. So yeah, there was some bad stuff in that. There was a bit where she kicks a shark in the face and it runs away in terror. I was like, oh God.
that's what sharks do? It's factual. Punch them in the nose. Uh,
Well, they
I
don't
didn't
really
mind
attack
the
like that either.
like the way that this kind of film, if they'd done it with a slightly more serious tone, like they did with they did the Tomb Raider remake, and it had it was a bit more down to earth, and the lady had normal sized boobs, and it was it was fine. This one felt too much like a Marvel or a late Marvel film full of quips and no inherent danger for any of the characters. There's no
Oh, the
actual
jokes
danger.
were terrible.
They were. That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it was every bit of line was quip, quip, quip. No danger, no stakes, no. Yeah,
The
just
action's ruined for a joke that's not even a joke. Like, remember, he goes, why do you have so many apps open? Like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, it's like a an ageist boomer joke. Yeah.
It's like, well, who the hell goes through closes their apps? The phones manage themselves. They're called smartphones, you know. They kind of shut things down in the background. Like, it's like the young techie kid doesn't know fuck all about phones.
Hmm. Yes. Awful.
Not, it's just a joke that doesn't make any
Who was
goddamn
the
sense.
we had Antonio Banderas. Antonio
Oh
Banderas.
no.
The original
Yeah.
fucking Desperado and the Assassin. Was that the film he was in with Stallone? Assassins? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah.
and
Much better film.
wasted opportunity in this film. He get what did he get his throat cut by somebody in
He
the
got a
airplane?
throat cut by diversity hire. Yeah.
Oh,
The Asian lady.
awful. You've paid for Banderas. Use him.
It sets
Make him your
her up
bad
as a
guy.
powerful adversary, though. Look at how
Yeah.
bad ass she is.
Motherfucking Puss in Boots would have heard her coming and just boom! Backbreaker. Chucked her
Puss
out of
in
the
Boots.
plane.
Nice. Yeah, he's been doing tons of background shit for fucking a decade now, isn't he?
True. He's in the new indie film though.
Is
He's
he? Oh
apparently a
god, that's a good
friend of
sign.
Indiana. Oh, look, I'll say it now. I'm excited. I'm always excited until they come out. You know, I'm looking forward to this one. All the behind the scenes stuff looks good, looks sound, looks solid, and it's Harrison's last run at it. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna enjoy it, whether it's good or not. He's gonna be
God,
on
that
screen wearing the fucking hat.
this nostalgia thing obviously works because we keep watching this trash, and
Oh,
it
absolutely.
always we wake up the next morning just going, oh, we're bottom.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like, I
Ow.
guess it's here's product, consume product. Now
Mm,
consume new product, consume next product. It's not they don't want us to remember these things. But yeah, back in our day with the old VHS, right? When you were a kid, you had, I don't know, 10 videos and you would watch those ad fucking nauseum. And that's why all us 80s kids have such nostalgia for certain films because that's what we watched over and over again. And when that's all you have, you love that thing and it just becomes comfort food. Like I'll watch Star Wars, even though sometimes when I rewatch it, I'm like, damn, this is kind of shit. How can she be Luke's sister? That makes no sense. But you ignore it because it's your comfort food. There's heaps of films like that. Never Ending Story, fucking Goonies, all these great old ones.
mm.
So I don't know if you get
Yeah,
a
we
five
knew
year
the
old kid.
difference though. Like, we'd watch Masters of the Universe and go, oh, God. I mean,
That's a tough watch. That is a tough
yeah,
watch.
that stuff would
But
come out. We go, it's no Krull, is it?
get the glaive. Uh,
Leave.
but I think that comfort food, like going to see indie again, it doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. The feeling leading up to going to the cinema to watch that film is all comfort food for me. That excitement, that build up. It was the same with Star Wars. We even after the piece of shit that was the Last Jedi that we will fucking never do on this show, we all went back and watched the fucking next one, which was also shit. But we went
Yeah,
in just with that, like eating chocolate cake, with that comfort of it's new Star Wars. I'm going to go and check it out. Whether it's good or bad, you're there because you're part of it. Same with the
that's it.
Obi-Wan show. Same with Andor. Consume.
Yeah. For God, what was the last Star Wars film called?
Rise of Skywalker. Because
Oh, for fuck's
what's your
sake, yeah,
name?
it was that.
Ray. Ray
Um,
who? Ray Skywalker.
um, fuck off.
Blech. Yeah.
Yeah, that film. Yeah, that was a bit like getting raped and then going back on a date the next night. A little bit, wasn't
Right.
it? Like we were just sitting there in the theater, numb, knowing
Yeah.
we're just gonna get fucked on this one.
We
And
were not expecting good things.
it was, I'm gonna say, a worse film than Last Jedi, but somehow not as offensive.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, they did it. They definitely did a big turnaround there, didn't they? They tried to fix it all up and sort plot holes and oh yeah, it didn't. I'm sorry,
Oh,
but
yeah.
then we still watched Obi-Wan. I just started watching Andor. We're fucking suckers for punishment, I think.
Is
It's like
Andor
going
out?
back to an ex-girlfriend. Yeah, I watched the first episode last night.
What hell was it? I saw the thing saying it's the best one ever or something.
You know what? They've just played it straight. It was just a straight drama show. There was no Star Warsy. There was no uh, links to the original trilogy. There was no. It was just a episode of a show set in a grimy star. It felt like Blade Runner to me.
Any good?
Uh,
Enjoy it?
the first episode watchable, but I need to see where it's going. Like it doesn't go anywhere. It's just very sort of vague. The tough thing is you know what happens to Cassian, or you know
Yeah.
where he dies. So in these shows, the big problem for me is there are no stakes. There's no danger for the main character. So how do you get invested? They have to bring in new characters that you get invested in and hope they survive. Ones we haven't seen before. Uh,
Yeah. I couldn't
yeah,
make out a word he said in the that what was the Rebel one?
racist.
That's not right.
Anyway,
What?
yeah, it's still like that. Yeah, but yeah, nothing offensive, nothing bad, but nothing I would rave about either. Kind of
Maybe
like
it's just getting going.
yeah, and I think that's what we need. It feels very separate to all the stuff that's come before, but you know what it's going to connect to, and that's the problem with current Star Wars is it all needs to link back to the fucking the trilogy.
They need to let Tom Cruise make a Star Wars. Like, come on, Tom.
I
He's
agree.
like the savior of cinema at the moment. Good lord.
Give him a stormtrooper cameo. Uh, you know what? Blank what wipes out all of this Star Wars talk though, and this is a big comment, and we may receive backlash here, my friend. So apologies.
I am
But I
in no
think
way associated with this comment.
for
What is it?
for for all the nightmare that is Star Wars and where it's gone, and all the sequels and how bad they are, they will never ever come close to making me feel as bad as I did watching uh, uh, Matrix. Is it Resurrections? Is that the latest one? Sweet
I don't
fucking
know.
lord!
Something
Did
or
you
other.
watch that film?
I watched it with you.
Oh, that was bad, right? Or did you love it?
Oh,
Future
that
episode movie.
Merovingian scene. Good lord, that was sucking new lows, wasn't it?
I just thought, why did anybody sign
Uh,
up for that? It was the perfect where they're
money.
doing all the pre-film press releases, and they're like, "This is the fuck I signed up for. The script was so good." Script, you
Lying
retarded.
pricks. That's why they're actors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh god. Disappointment. So anyway, on
Uncharted
yeah. Let's wrap this turd up, shall we?
and eight
IMDb.
layers of toilet paper.
Uh they gave it a 6.3, which is a bit
Wow.
generous.
Yeah.
Um someone gave it a 7. An enjoyable action adventure. It's I'd say I really
Mm,
like that they're letting handicapped people make sign
no
up
comment.
IMDb. I
No
think
comment.
that's really great. Leave your brain at the crib and grab yourself a big tub of popcorn, and you'll have a good time at the movies with this one. 7.
Mm.
That's another person that's had some kind of brain damage. 3, mediocre at its best, terrible at its worst.
Oh,
Generous.
it's fair.
Uh, 4, doesn't do the game justice by any stretch. Another
Yeah.
generous
Believable.
person.
Mm. What do you think?
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Well,
I think.
before we rate it, if
Mm.
you're if you're double featuring it, if you're having a big movie night and you want to get some friends around and you're going to do two films back to back, what are you pairing this up with? You're starting the night with Uncharted,
Double
and then
feature.
what?
Um, God, comparable but good, or
Well, it's
something
up to
that's
you. It's
just
your
as
movie night,
bad.
isn't it? It's your double feature.
I'm gonna be an evil prick and say Tomb Raider 2. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I was pondering that. Yeah. That
Watch
was
both
my
of those
first
back to
thought.
back.
Yeah. Wow. Put some ropes in the trees. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm going to take a different tact. I'm going to go with white shirts, leather braces, leather suspenders, I should say. So we're going with Uncharted, followed up by Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, little
I thought he wore a
confusing.
tan shirt in those films.
Hey, I don't know, man. It's I'm going with The Mummy anyway. You know,
So we thought that was a derivative knockoff when the Mummy came out, but that looks like Shakespeare compared to this
oh, it
turd.
does. It really does. Yeah. So I'm starting the night off with the downer of Uncharted, and then I'm bringing it back with The Mummy. And Brendan Fraser's having a bit of a resurrection at the moment, so
Yeah, it's
good on
good
you,
on him.
Brendan. Mm.
Yeah, he got fingered by Hollywood exec, and he got a bit sad for a while, but now he's back on top of the world. Good on you, Brendan.
Yeah, I think his
Uh,
mum died. You inconsiderate prick.
apparently, he got sexually assaulted by someone in Hollywood, and then he had
Oh, that
injuries
too.
from all the films, all the stunts he did, and all that kind of stuff. And he got a divorce, and yeah, his mum died
Oh,
as well.
fucking tough life. Yeah,
Ah,
he needs to do
poor prick.
Encino Man too. He really does. Get Sean Astin and Paulie Shaw back on the screen. I'd go
Oh,
and
what a
see that.
wonderful combination. Yeah.
Where's the juice?
Uh, I haven't seen it myself. Yeah, I'd give this as a film. I'd give it a 2, 4 if you're gonna, you know, sit with friends and make fun of it.
Hmm. You know what?
Yeah,
I think this might be the first time in Pointless and Confused history that I completely agree with everything you've said tonight, and you are spot on with your rating system. I too would give it two slaps to Tom Holland's face out of
yeah.
10. If
Mm.
you're on your own, but if you're with a group of friends and imbibing in certain substances, uh, I would give it four ripples out of 10 Mark Wahlberg biceps.
I have to say, Mark Wahlberg, he just Mark Wahlberg's his way through the film. Like he doesn't like embarrass himself.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he actually kind of
He's
carries
not
it a
it,
bit with charisma, doesn't he?
it, he's not winning any Oscars. He's not doing anything but fucking taking home the check here, Dan. Let's be honest.
Okay, stand corrected. I had to say something you disagreed with. Yeah. All right.
Good, excellent.
Yeah.
We can now rest easy.
Oh well, you've just
Yeah.
wasted 30 minutes of your life listening to us talk about a crappy film that
Better than two
you've probably
fucking hours
seen, and
watching the
yeah,
goddamn thing.
well, they've probably done that as well.
Yeah, idiots.
Yeah, God, we need to get hobbies.
Yeah.
We could have cured
Come on,
cancer if
people.
we really put our talents to
Stop
something useful.
listening to shit like this and fucking, I don't know, learn how to draw or something. You know? Like, go out and plant a
Yeah.
fucking tree.
Don't
Just,
like this video. Don't subscribe. Just do something useful for fuck's sake. Christ.
and I mean, if you're driving to work, talk to the motherfucker that you should be carpooling with. Save the planet.
No. Yeah, but we don't have to do that, do we, Brad? I don't
Oh,
want to sit with poor people.
we um, we just record in our mansions and
Yeah.
sleep in our dungeons. Yeah.
The poor people are going to carpool, but we're not. Right. That's. I just want to be clear
Well,
on that.
I think they are very clear on that. Yeah, I
I've
think
just got a lease on my private jet. I don't want to, like, I can't just have it sitting there.
Yeah, I mean, and also the mileage on your Tesla is far less if you have four people in it than if you just have one. If you get one, you're getting maximum distance for your charge, right? So makes sense.
No, I don't have a Tesla. I bought the V8 with the extra carbon emissions.
Oh, did you?
Um, yeah,
Good, solid purchase that one. Yeah, I
yeah. I
went.
just thought, fuck it. I thought everybody would just get the poor people to pull their weight for once, and then we can just. There's not that many rich people in the world. Like, what difference are we going to make, obviously, to the environment?
Mm,
So we might as well. But
mm,
it's the dirty, great, unwashed. They should be
yeah,
making an effort, really.
yeah.
Why,
How
why,
many?
why else do we pay taxes?
How many of these episodes have we ended talking about how rich we are?
All of
I
them.
think. I think. I think people know now how well off you and I are.
I think they
Um,
enjoy seeing how the other, well, it's not the other half, how the
and
other
they're not
1%
seeing it.
live.
Yeah, they're not seeing it. They're listening to it. This is what rich
Well,
sounds like. Yeah.
yeah, we did have video, but there were budget cuts back, so eating into profits, obviously. So we couldn't have that.
Yeah. Profits are good. All right.
Yeah,
Well, if you like us, let us know. Leave us a 5-star
yeah.
review, and Dan will come to your house.
And join our OnlyFans for 30% off this month. It's only $2,000 a month.
Yeah. It's essentially videos of one of us dancing around their living room with their willy tucked between their legs while listening to Brian Adams' Reckless.
That's me. Yeah.
Good night.